Well, I think I share the reaction of the whole Dalhousie University community that we're disappointed. This kind of commentary is entirely unacceptable in a university community, in our community. We're very proud of our Faculty of Dentistry. It's got a great faculty, a great set of students, but this specific kind of behavior we just don't condone. We want to get to the bottom of it, and we want to talk about a pathway to move forward.
Now, when I was talking to your spokesperson yesterday, Ms. Bryson, she spoke about the sexual harassment policy, the student code of conduct. Mm-hmm. What do you think's happened? These are not frosh. These are senior students.
Well, it's difficult to speculate, right? But you're right about those policies. Those policies give us a number of different routes to address these certain kinds of incidents once they happen. What's really important for us at this point is we talked about being victim-centered or student-centered in our statement last night, and that's very important to us. What that means is whatever action we take today in response to this is that it really takes the interests of those students who were affected, those women students who were affected by this, to determine, really to understand how they've been impacted and to understand the best route forward to meet their needs. So that's where we're really focused in this 36-hour period.
Now, you talked about a range of options. Can you elaborate on what sort of options could be considered?
Well, the policies really outline that. The sexual harassment policy has an informal and a formal route to it. There's two options within that policy. There's also the student code of conduct. And again, it comes back very much to the students, the women who were impacted by this. Which route do they want to take? Which route seeks the best justice and the best outcome for them and for the community? Then, of course, there will be digesting this. We had the incident at St. Mary's, of course, is on everyone's mind. The very good report by Professor Wayne McKay, a Dalhousie professor, with a number of recommendations. So we'll be talking about the longer term, what we need to do to talk about the culture change, frankly. To look at ways that we can prevent these kind of incidents happening in the future.
Yeah, this sort of suggests that there's been a failure somehow. The policies are there, but they don't seem to be heeded.
Well, Professor McKay's report, I think, was quite eloquent on this. He spoke about culture change. He talked about how you have to have the right policies, but ultimately, whether it's things like seatbelt use, recycling, cigarette smoking, it's part of a broader culture change. So this issue of a spectrum of sexual violence across Canada and in our institutions, it's a broader issue, and institutions like ours have a leading role to play. And so we take this seriously. We want to respond to this specific incident, and we also want to continue to look at the proactive things we're doing long term.